and Nathan, I welcome all of you. We are here today to witness and celebrate the commitment these two make, invited because we have supported them through the lives that led to the place where they now stand. The family they are creating is rooted in their strength as individuals and blossomed with the love, friendship, and guidance offered by each person here. Gravitation cannot be held responsible for people falling in love. How on earth can you explain in terms of chemistry and physics so important a biological phenomenon as first love? When a man sits with a pretty girl for an hour, it seems like a minute. But let him sit on a hot stove for a minute and it's longer than any hour. That's relativity. As an expert on a great many complicated things, Einstein knew that there is no formula for love, simple or otherwise. Just as one cannot explain the whole of the universe with a single force, one cannot simply explain how two people create a bond strong enough to commit their entire lives to preserve it. Though polar opposites attract, love cannot be sustained without a strong core of shared values. One of Lauren and Nathan's greatest strengths as a couple is the way they complement one another. This grows out of their desire and commitment to anticipate and care for each other's needs. They may not always see or experience the world through the same lens, but everything in life is relative. Good times and bad, sickness and health, richer and poorer. None of this matters when you find the person whose perspective you can integrate with your own and find the universe a more limitless place than you ever could imagine by yourself. And in each other, that's what Lauren and Nathan have found. Like every couple, they have seen their share of challenges, but the foundation they've already established is an unshakable friendship and a curiosity which will never be satisfied. As friend of Nathan and Lauren individually and together, I am honored today to be the first standing on both sides of the aisle, a position we all share at the end of this ceremony. This wedding reflects and celebrates two individuals, and with the exchange of vows and rings, represents the marriage of two entire lives, their friends and families. The couple has asked Nathan's grandparents, Lauren's brother, and the wedding party to share readings that reflect their mutual view on that important biological phenomenon no law of physics can quite explain.
Grandpa.
You're on.
Well, what's it like to fall in love?
The microphone.
Well, say the object of your affection walks by.
Yeah?
Well, first, your heart falls into your stomach and splashes your innards. All the moisture makes you sweat profusely. This condensation shorts the circuits to your brain, and you get all woozy. When your brain burns out altogether, you get your mouth disengages, and you babble like a creep until she leaves.
That's love?
Medically speaking.
Heck, I had that years ago. I just thought it was cooties.
So this reading is from Velveteen Rabbit. What is real? Asked the rabbit one day as they were lying side by side near their nursery fender before Nana came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you are made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you when a child loves you for a long, long time. Not just to play with, but really loves you. Then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up? He asked, or bit by bit. It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off. And your eyes drop out. And you get loose in the joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. I suppose you were real, said the rabbit, and then he wished he had not said it, for he thought the Skin Horse might be sensitive. But the Skin Horse only smiled. The boy's uncle made me real, he said. That was a great many years ago. But once you are real, you can't become unreal again. It lasts for always.
The light that's in your eyes reminds me of the skies that shine above us every day. So wrote a contemporary lover out of God knows what agony, what hope, and what despair. But he saw the light in the eyes, which is the only light there is in the world, and he honored and trusted it, and will always be able to find it, since it is always there, waiting to be found. One discovers the light in darkness, that is what darkness is for. But everything in our lives depends on how we bear the light. It is necessary, while in darkness, to know that there is light somewhere. To know that in oneself, waiting to be found, there is light. What the light reveals is danger, and what it demands is faith.
What a journey this life is, dependent entirely on things unseen. If your lover lives in Hong Kong and cannot get to Chicago, it will be necessary for you to go to Hong Kong. Perhaps you will spend your life there and never see Chicago again. And you will, I assure you, as long as space and time divide you from anyone you love. Discover a great deal about shipping routes, air lanes, earthquake, famine, disease, and war. And you will always know what time it is in Hong Kong, for you love someone who lives there. And love will simply have no choice but to go into battle with space and time, and furthermore, to win.
In that darkness of degradation, the fine flying froth and mist of blood, through all the terror and in all that helplessness, a living soul moved and refused to die. We really emptied the oceans with a homemade spoon and tore down the mountains with our hands. And if love was Hong Kong, we learned to swim.
It is a mighty heritage, it is the human heritage, and it is all there is to trust. And I learned this through descending, as it were, into the eyes of my mother and my father. I wondered when to bear, but they knew it, and the unimaginable rigors of their journey helped them prepare me for mine. This is why one must say yes to life and embrace it wherever it is found. And it is found in terrible places. Nevertheless, there it is. And if the father can say yes, Lord, the child can learn that most difficult of words. Amen.
Amen.
For nothing is fixed. Forever and forever and forever is not fixed. The earth is always shifting. The light is always changing. The sea does not cease to grind down rock. Generations do not cease to be born, and we are responsible to them because we are the only witnesses that they have.
The sea rises, the light falls. Lovers cling to each other, and children cling to us. The moment we cease to hold each other, the moment we break our faith with one another, the sea engulfs us, and the light goes out.
Since it is your intention to marry, join hands and declare your consent. Nathan, do you take Lauren to be your lawful wedded wife as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Lauren, do you take Nathan to be your lawful wedded husband as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I am able,
to laugh whenever I am able,
and to always look for the upside,
and to always look for the upside,
and be your fiercest advocate and loyal ally.
and to be your fiercest advocate and loyal ally.
I promise to never keep score,
I promise to never keep score, even if I'm totally winning,
That was
and
not in
will
the
politely
script.
ask that you do not stand in
and
doorways.
will politely ask that you do not stand in doorways.
I promise to do the things that neither one of us wants to do,
I promise to do the things that neither one of us wants to do, but especially those that you want to do less.
I take you, Nathan, to be my lawful wedded partner,
I take you, Nathan, to be my lawful wedded partner,
loving what I know of you,
loving what I know of you,
and trusting what I do not.
and trusting what I do not.
I am honored to share my life growing with you,
I am honored to share my life growing with you,
to become acquainted with and admire the person you will be,
to become acquainted with and admire the person you will be,
and to find new reasons to learn from you each day.
and to find new reasons to learn from you each day.
I promise to appreciate, love, and support you
I promise to appreciate, love, and support you
through whatever life may bring us.
through whatever life may bring us.
Where you go, I will follow,
Where you go, I will follow,
and where you stay, I will stay gratefully.
and where you stay, I will stay gratefully. You are
Because
my
of-
home.
As your spouse, I will endeavor to view the world through your eyes,
As your spouse, I will endeavor to view the world through your eyes,
to find reasons for you to laugh when you are struggling,
to find reasons for you to laugh when you are struggling,
and keep us centered and remain your strongest support.
keep us centered, and remain your strongest support.
I promise to figure out if I'm just hungry before I lose patience,
I promise to make sure that you stop before I lose patience.
and will make every effort to not linger in doorways.
Not stand in the way.
That must be a sore point.
I promise to do the things that neither of us wants to do,
I promise to do the things that neither of us wants to do, particularly those you want to do less.
I take you, Lauren, to be my lawful wedded partner,
I take you, Lauren, to be my lawful wedded partner,
loving what I know of you,
loving what I know of you,
and trusting what I do not.
and trusting what I do not.
I am honored to share my life growing with you,
I'm honored to share my life growing with you,
to become acquainted with and admire the person you will be,
to become acquainted with and admire the person you will be,
and to find new reasons to learn from you each day.
and to find new reasons to learn from you each day.
I promise to appreciate, love, and support you
I promise to appreciate, love, and support you
through whatever life may bring us.
through whatever life may bring us.
Where you go, I will follow,
Where you go, I will follow.
and where you stay, I will stay gratefully.
Where you stay, I will stay gratefully. You are my home.
Your vows have been spoken in minutes, but your promises bind you for a lifetime. I now pronounce you Nathan and Lauren, husband and wife.